President of the Republic of Ghana, our President, and First Lady, but also recognize former President, recognize former First Lady. It's also my duty to recognize the leadership in its totality of the Valley View University in its totality. Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, all of the leadership, and the management. Obviously, the students. You can't have any university without students. So students, general workforce. I know there are senior government officials that are present here, ministers, public servants, business colleagues. Sometimes, Mr. President, I forget that I'm now head of state. I always remember my business colleagues and still think I'm in business. But business colleagues, obviously my dear wife, who is present, in the interest of time, surely simply to say, all the distinguished professors, doctors, ladies and gentlemen, it's truly humbling for me to stand before you today. Humbling in the sense that when the President sent me the invitation for a state visit, and we did a lot of good work this afternoon, Zambia, Ghana have executed a number of areas of cooperation, which are extremely important once delivered properly, effectively, to advancing the Ghanaian economy, the Zambian economy, to deliver value to our citizens, Ghanaians and Zambians. That's the reason we take public office. We live private lives to pursue public office, to better the lives of those that put us in office. We, the servants, better the lives of the masters, those who vote us in office in our constitutional democracy. I want to thank the President for leading the Ghanaian people and his team. And obviously, if I may return to the reason I'm standing here wearing something different, which I wore last when I was doing my master's somewhere, is to say thank you to Valley View University for amongst not millions, but billions of people around the world to decide to include this fellow speaking here from Zambia as one of the 4 that have been conferred with these prestigious degrees. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. Thank you to your selection panels for settling on the 4 of us. I know the other 3 are distinguished citizens of Ghana, Africa, and the world. But to join these, to be amongst the 4, we're truly grateful to this university. I want to say the university must continue doing what it's doing to humanity. Education is the best investment, the best equalizer, and the best inheritance. Nothing beats education. 2 children, one from the vulnerable family, another from a well-to-do family. I had to use the word poverty. I hate it, because no one's poor. We are all endowed with a lot of talent. It's a question of growing that talent and working at it consistently. But two children with different backgrounds that go through school, including universities like this, once they graduate, there's no difference. There's no distance between the two of them. They are the same. So I want to encourage Valley View University, other universities, other colleges, schools, Mr. President, in this great Republic of Ghana, on our African continent, to continue what they are doing. But for us in public office, running public affairs, to allocate sufficient resources, human, financial, technology, and others in the area of education. There is no single country that is doing well economically, socially today that did not invest in the education of its people. There's none. So, it is sensible to invest in education of all our children, irrespective of their backgrounds, and truly, thereafter, on this platform of skills, diversified skills, we have a chance to develop our economies. And therefore to look after the weak, the sick, the children, the retired, the differently abled in our society. So, Mr. President, and the leadership of this university, I will not take too much of your time, but simply use the opportunity to underscore that being the first Adventist occupying public office at this level, because there are many, but at this level, is not an honor. It's actually an obligation to run public office at this level and do it properly. Skill set is one, but values, Christian values, religious values, I dare say the body of Christ is one. Different churches, doesn't matter. But we share a common thread of having certain minimum attributes that we should carry and be proud to carry those. Honesty, hard work, fairness, equity. I didn't say equality, I said equity. The two are different. Justice. And truly, I dare say it, to recognize and acknowledge the difference that this is private property, private money, this is public money. And public money must work for the people who own the money, the citizens of our countries. Corruption. I'm talking about the knowledge that you cannot access what is not yours, but use and manage that effectively to deliver value for those who put you in public office. I think that comes with Adventism, that comes with Christianity, that comes with other religious bodies. And I'm not here to say Christianity is the only one that carries a trace. Others, Hindus, Muslims, the list is long. So we use these values that we have brought out in our families, in our churches, in our organizations, and make them available to the service of our citizens and humanity at large. The dislike for conflict, instability, dislocation, just basic good mannerisms. I want to thank our church in Ghana here, church in Zambia. I have some of our leaders, Adventist leaders from Zambia are here. Mr. President, in this hall today. Also, our divisional leaders, I see one seated, behind there, actually looks like a Ghanaian himself. Southern Africa division. And lastly, to simply encourage our church to evangelize, to be positive contributors to society, and to work. Mr. President, at home I say, we in public office are not in competition with churches. Churches serve the very people that we serve. So we are partners. So I want to encourage the church here to continue being a partner to the government of Ghana in many areas. That's a meeting point. The government this side, the church that side, other organizations. This is the intersection. This is this, if you like, convergence point. That's my encouragement. And other churches as well, in this our Board of Christ, which is one. I want to thank my wife for having been a positive influence to this fellow here. She's a Dorcas mother. She's a Dorcas mother. And we do a lot of things in the house together, including singing. But I will not embarrass her today because my voice is hoarse. Ulangila kwangu gonse ulimu ulo wawe gasho majeso alige uwagandisa lulula jeso alige
Thank you, Excellency. Shall we give it up once again? These are deep words for our pondering. We ponder over these words, and we are inspired by your words. Thank you, Your Excellency. And then before, we have the first gentleman of the land. I'm trying to be very careful in choosing my words, in describing the next person to speak. Just a few words he has on his heart to share. We'll take the mic to him. And that will be the former president